Hi, so in this video we will learn how we can use Azure pipeline with Node.js application into the DigitalOcean Kubernetes service. So let's go to the DigitalOcean site and log in into it and click on the Kubernetes service. So create a Kubernetes service, select the region and select the two nodes so they can optimize the cost and click on create cluster. So this may take a time. So meanwhile, we will create a Docker repository. So we may require Docker repository because we want to push our image into Docker repository. So create node 202. I will give just a random name. And then after I will create a Azure repo. So create a new project called node 02 and click on that and just copy this URL and we'll go to the IntelliJ. So I have created a simple application, a Node.js application. It has one entry point, one file, and simple hello endpoint, and it's listening to 80 port. And then we have Azure pipeline, a simple that we'll create a later on, but we can just see that. And then we have a Docker file. So simple Docker file, it has a base image, it has a package JSON, and it is running on app.js. Okay, and then we have a package JSON. It's again a simple package JSON. So this is an hello world kind of project. So now let's initialize our repository and then I'll copy whatever the remote URL that I have taken it and now add all and then commit all. So I'll just say first commit and then push, just copy and paste this. Okay, so that's it, our repo is ready. Click on here and I have created a simple Azure pipeline. Okay, so this is a simple one. I'll just say edit and it has a trigger, it has a pull that is an Ubuntu latest because we are uh, pushing into the Ubuntu one, and then we have a CD task and the CI task. So because I'm using the Digital Ocean, so I will change this connection to, and our repository name is 02, release name is also 02. Okay, so this is a CI, this is a Docker build and push. It checks a Docker file and it is committing the build image to this URL which we have already created. Text is the latest, and this is a CD. We are using the ham deploy task of Azure pipeline and ham upgrade, and then Kubernetes service, and then we have connection, and then we'll use the chart file and we deploy it into Kubernetes. So now I'll commit it. But for this, all the two tasks, we need connection because Azure cannot directly build and push direct into the Docker without connecting it, and we cannot even deploy into the different environment like DigitalOcean from Azure even without connecting. So we require two service connections. So now click on the service connection, click service connection and go to the Docker registry and select Docker Hub, Docker ID, your username and your password. Verify it, verification successful, and give the name Docker con. Verify and save. Now we need another service connection for deployment. So click on and search for Kubernetes. Click on next. Click on kubeconfig and go to the DigitalOcean. We'll get a download kubeconfig. So now it's downloaded. Just copy and put into the kube folder. .kube folder. Delete the previous one and rename this to config. Only config. Now open this file and copy the contents. Paste into your pipeline and accept the untrusted and verification got success. So name it to Digital Ocean CONN, that is for connection. Grant, verify and save, and now we are done. But before that, because DigitalOcean has some issues in load balancer, there are lots of configuration required for that. So what we'll do, we'll use only the cluster IP. So we'll test only from the pods perspective. So if I go to the chart and the values, instead of load balancer, I'll use IP. Okay, and let's git pull and now git commit. So put the cluster IP instead of load balancer. Commit and push. So now create a pipeline because we have already a pipeline is there. So we can double check and verify whether all good. If we check in the repo in the chart, this is what exactly we need to check. Yes, there is catch over there. So we have to put as a node 02. So looks pretty good to me now. Also we'll have to check deployment. There also should be the port 80. Okay, look good. Now let's run the pipeline. Run it and hopefully it should deploy properly. If we get any error, we'll resolve it. So our pipeline got started. So I'll pause the video for timing until it get completed because it will take a couple of minutes maybe. So it looks success. So just check it. Helm list and kubectl get pods is running. Kubectl logs into the pods. Application running. Kubectl get deploy and kubectl get svc. So currently, yes, because we have not use the load balancer, so there won't be any external IP. So even if in container port, this is the only local host, will have to go to the either internal network, or either you log in into it and check it. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And meanwhile, before we leave, we just need to make sure that we delete. So what I will do it, ham list. I'll, if you want to uninstall the application, you can use this command node 02. It will uninstall it, and then at last we will delete the cluster, because if you are not using it, you should delete it, because it will unnecessarily create a costing for us. So click on the destroy, copy and select it. So that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.